All right. Sweet. All right, guys. Welcome to a Tuesday live. And got no one in the lobby as of right now, but anyone watching the replay or just tuning in. So I had to postpone the live stream. It just was not feeling good. I was going through a lot yesterday with some just not feeling well. You guys don't know how that is. So today's our live stream day for this week. I do apologize. I know there's some other live streams out there that are on Tuesdays. They usually start a little bit later than mine. So just FYI, guys, it's not like anything personal or anything like that. So, but I do know there's a lot of other channels that go live on Tuesdays. But here we are. Just it's a postponed live stream. So I'm not trying to tread on anybody or anything like that. But hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. Anyone watching the replay, hope you guys are having a good day. Today's live stream just kind of going through some final thoughts and such. And, we had the Great Scale Train Show last weekend, and I want to talk about all of that as well. Hey, what's up, Roger? How's it going? RW. This guy. And also, anyone asking, I had to cut some of my hair off. I was just getting too crazy. My hair was down to like the center of my back. I think it was the longest I've ever had it, and I decided to go pretty short. So, yeah, there we go. We got the Kylo Ren style going on tonight. Hey, what's up, Dwight? How's it going? What's up, Matt? And what's up, Spike Man? What's up, Charlie? How's it going? Oh God. Well, Roger, you make a good point. So being in charge of a track for the first time is actually kind of it's scary for a good reason because I want to do a good job and make sure everyone's safe. So being in charge of a track, thankfully a lot of people in the class followed the rules and didn't freak me out too much. But I when I cleared up my watchman, I had to tell someone to get off the track because they're trying to do something else. I'm like, we don't have a watchman. Get off the track. What are you doing? So that was kind of scary, but I'm sure that happens a lot. And it's going to be part of the job. So, but no, I was, you have to get what you got to, basically just get what you got to get done safely and be in charge. It's your track. So it was pretty cool. And everyone wondering what RWIC stands for, that is road worker in charge. And, but yeah, it was cool. It was, get thrown in the fire. It's my opinion. Sometimes it's the best way to just get things done. Just throw yourself in the fire, just bite the bullet, get it over with. Need to get a Foreman voice. Hey, thanks, Dwight. But yeah, a lot of people in here, most of the guys in here know, or I'd say like 90% of my average or, we call it like daily viewers. They're aware that I work on the railroad and such. I don't mention a whole lot of information because it's a crazy world out there. But yeah, there's some other YouTube channels that they had past railroad experience. They left the railroad or they got furloughed. There was a channel I used to watch all the time. Actually forgot his channel. Not anything bad. Shoot. I forgot his channel. He was mostly doing like fishing videos. Like he totally stopped talking about railroad and like the hiring process. He went mostly to like fishing. So I kind of stopped watching his channel. But there's a couple other railroader channels out there. The crazy best one for like watching a little bit of everything on the railroad is probably CCRX. That's railroading or something like that. His channel is pretty wild. Comes in time. Yeah, everything comes in time and experience. Like I said, gotta throw myself in the fire. That's the best way to learn. Safely though, I don't want to be somewhere I don't know where I'm at and all that and throw myself in there. That's not smart. I want to be smart, but just throw myself in there. Anyways, back. Got some other comments. What's up, Matt? How's it going? What's up, Nathan? How's it going? Hey, Bob. Hey, Tom. What's up, buddy? I owe you a call. We'll talk soon. It's been crazy, man. All good stuff. It's just been a wild last couple months. What's up, Strasburg? How's it going? What's up, William? So 3 is the place to be. If there's a spot for me, we'll see. That's rare. I like the that's rare. That guy's pretty wild. He seems pretty cool. I've reached out to him and like comments. He replies a lot of comments, which I give props to because my channel is a lot smaller than CCRX. That's railroading, and I have issues getting back to comments because I'm so busy. But I do get a notification. So every comment you guys put, I usually get a push notification for it. There's some ones that are hidden. Like I saw a comment the other day from a video I posted 4 years ago, and I'm like, I didn't see it. So, hey, no worries. Thank you so much for stopping in. We'll see you tomorrow. New Haven Railroad lamp. That's cool. I was making a joke. I should bring my old like Amtrak light one night to work, and it's just a spotlight. And I'm thinking, I don't want them to be like, oh, someone like steal this like 40 years ago. It's like, no, I'm not bringing that. I bought it at an antique store, fair and square. I have that and like a really old like blue light that it's broken. It's way broken. It still works, but it's not in spec. And yeah, it'd be funny. Like, I can't light off a blue light at work, obviously, but it's cool to have in a collection and cherish, I guess. What's up, Logan? How's it going? What's up, Wasted? And Greg T. Got a lot of people in here already. So last weekend, guys, was the Great Scale Show. And I had some people asking me, did I film videos or whatever? I really didn't feel like it. I mean that in the nicest way possible. I just have a lot going on. I just kind of wanted to chill and enjoy my friends, enjoy their time. If you'd like to see a video of the show, check out Docman's channel. Docman always does a decent video on a little bit of everything. He's really good with filming layouts and picking stuff out, especially in O scale. He knows like the catalogs like the back of his hand. So go check out Docman Productions. He posted a video. My club, we set up and everything. I was there Saturday for half of the day. I was there with my dad and some family. So I just want to kind of chill out and just enjoy myself. I had lots of people walk up to me and talk to me, which is really cool. But it's just one of those days. Just kind of wanted to chill, and I didn't feel like filming. Then Sunday, ended up running 2 trains. I bought a Western Maryland GP9, and then also bought a dummy unit to go with it. So I painted those, took those up to the Great Scale Show to run with some Western Maryland cars. Nothing crazy, honestly. So, but yeah, that was my Great Scale Show experience. There weren't really a lot of layouts there compared to like normal. I think I know Mars was there, the Northeast Corridor rail fans, the 4 County Society Engineers. My club was there, the DC area Independent High Railers. We were there representing O scale. And it's kind of funny. There's barely any O scale layouts there. And we had like a bunch of kids and families walk up and like, oh, there's O scale here, which is really cool. Because usually a lot of stuff there is like HO, N scale. The Baltimore S gaugers weren't there. It's kind of weird. Buy mostly crazy stuff. Well, I mean, tonight I'm rocking this birch beer. Check this stuff out, guys. Got the white birch beer from Appalachian, and stuff's actually really, really good. So rocking this tonight. The Camelback short. I just posted that like seconds ago. Well, 10 minutes ago. That's awesome. Yeah, we're running that tonight. We're gonna run the Camelback with some cars. I've got Pensy Caboose over here in the corner, so I'm definitely looking forward to running that. I haven't ran this engine in a while. I was looking for my 280. It's buried in a tote somewhere from a show that I probably did last year because I haven't ran the 280 in forever. So yeah, so we'll run that. Maybe another show or another live stream show, but it's in a tote buried, and I've got stuff everywhere up here. I really just need a day up here just to organize this place. Also still have this 060 sitting here from like 5 videos ago or live streams. So yeah, I just need like some time up here just to sort some stuff out. Maybe this weekend we'll do that. And but yeah, I got some other videos coming out that I like to film. Probably after tomorrow when things sort of calm down on the work front. Once all my exams and stuff are done for the class I've been in. So come up here and just relax. And I have a couple videos I like to do. So yeah, so let's start running some stuff. Anyways, it's already a little bit after 7. I know it's not the same night I usually do my live stream, so attendance might be a little low tonight. We'll have to see. Let's see what happens. But I put a community link up. So let's get some stuff running here. And we could talk while the trains are running, of course. My study hall. I wish. We did have a class from home, and I was joking like I should bring a train like in the background running, but I'm like, I don't want to be disruptive and be that guy. But it was fun. It was awesome. But yeah, study tomorrow's. We're gonna do an outdoor exam. Should be pretty cool. Can't wait to get everything just done and over with in a good way, because it's a lot of information, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, oh yeah, this has the Ghostbusters start up. We were able to make it to Modium for a couple hours Saturday. Had a good time despite the cold. Yeah, it was freezing cold. I feel bad for the guys in the club. Well, technically, my wife is the youngest unofficial member of the train club, and I'm the first youngest official member of the club. And the guys, I felt so bad because they're not much like, they're not like older than me, but significantly, I don't know, everyone comes from different backgrounds and ages and stuff, so I felt bad. They said it was significantly colder in the morning when they set up. Sorry, the engine like freaked out for a second. But yeah, I felt bad for those guys. So I did help tear down Sunday, which was awesome, because we got everything like thrown into trailers or whatnot. What's smoke fluid? We're using orange. Where is it? Nope, not that one. Here we go. JT's orange right here. It smells pretty good. It's pretty awesome. It smells like orange. Sunglasses. Yeah. Oh man, I'm ready to take my test. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not dreading it. It's just one of those things you just got to do, and it'll be all right. I think we'll be good. Oh, here's a switch right here. I learned all about switches and all of their amazing properties and such. And these switches have many components. The switch even has guardrails and a frog, stock rails, switch rails. The frogs are plastic. They're not made of manganese or manganese inserts. They are plastic frogs. What's up, Life with Roscoe? How's it going? What's up, Spike Van? How's it going? What's up, Keystone? Good evening. How's it going? Doing all right? This came from watching the Ashland, Virginia live cam. 12-hour late auto train. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Huh. There could be something wrong with the track. 12-hour late. Thankfully, that's not like our trackage. It's a freight railroad, but that's unfortunate. I feel bad for those guys. There was 3 engines on it. One was a -8. Okay. Tomorrow, let's gonna work on my 1888 Rio Grande narrow gauge railroad. Oh, sweet. Spike. 6.5-inch spike. Do you have any freight sound cars? Not tonight. Nah, just going old school, man. Just got some reefers, and I got this Camelback hooked up. Just going simple. Never seen a sore back. Oh, mountains made from cement. Holy crap. Yeah, I messed my back up yesterday. I had to shovel snow. So I ordered some Amazon stuff, one thing for class, and then some other stuff for upgrades up here and some projects. And the mailman refused to give me my mail because my mailbox was obstructed. I didn't realize how bad it was, so I walked down there yesterday. So I'm sorry to my postmaster of my town for being difficult, but it's now all clear. I got my mail today for the first time in I guess 7 days, 6 days or whatever since the snowstorm. Oh man. Hey Dwight, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Hard to get spikes. No, I got spikes everywhere on the railroad. I leave them there. I have my little collection of stuff I found other places, but yeah, spikes are everywhere. That's some more. There we go. I missed him. Oh shoot! Hey, I was looking for you at the show because Nikki and I were there, and I was like, I think because there are actually a lot of people I knew at that show. One of my good buddies from work was there with one of his family members, and my dad was there. We were hanging out. Doc Man, a bunch of my viewers that I've met in the past. And I knew you mentioned that you would be there potentially Saturday. But yeah, I guess we'll catch you at Allentown, which I believe is in a couple weeks. I was actually talking to one of my buddies about that today. The Allentown show is coming up with the first frost, even though Puxatani Phil said we're going to get 6 more weeks of winter, which is horrible. Hey, what's up, DB Tech? Got the blue wrench of power. I say DB Tech went to Amherst. I'm jealous. He made it all the way up to Amherst. Hey, what's up, Timothy? How's it going? Thank you so much, man. These are the Woodside Reefers. Some of them on my collection. I got some milk cars and boxes. Got a bunch of other Woodside Reefers. I really just need to go through my entire collection and just sort out the stuff that I have and categorize them, figure out what numbers I have on each car and all that. Oh man, she's really smoking. Oh yeah. There we go. All aboard railroad was the largest flyer. Oh wow. I really enjoy Flyer, especially at the museum. They did such a great job on that layout. And then Amherst had that Amherst has that American Flyer Club. I think it's like the New England Escagers or something, or a New England Flyer Club, and their layout is absolutely amazing. Oh, rotating bearing caps. I have a couple cars like that. I think my Conrail Gondola, which I have no idea where it is. And my Railbox car. So my Railbox, which I haven't ran in eons because it's such a new car. I don't really have anything to run with it that would fit. Maybe some Penn Central stuff. or if I had some Conrail stuff thrown in there. But I changed out the trucks because the trucks it came with were horrible. It has the rotating caps. And then I've got my Conrail gondola, which is somewhere up here. That has caps in it. And then I had that giant Conrail 86-foot box car. I ended up getting rid of that car. I gave it to one of my friends. The car was just way too ridiculous to run. And it didn't fit well up here. Amherst was an adventure. Yeah, if I wasn't in class right now, and I could have taken off for like travel and stuff, I would have been able to go to Amherst, but it's just too much. Pennsylvania Railroad did 6-wheel British tenders. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Definitely be at Allentown. Heck yeah. How big's the layout? This is an 8x12, and I built this sort of like club style. So it's like real thin sections, and it loops around the room, or at least this half of the room. The room's literally like this back wall where all my signs are, and then where I'm sitting behind me is that's it. That's all we got. Don't know if anyone's pre-ordered anything. The America 250 Lionel, but they should have offered. It won't. Oh my gosh, Jody Smith. That's a great point. I'm not really into the Freedom Train at the moment because it costs like for the whole set of cars is like $10,000. So not really for me. Camelback hydration. Oh, hydration product. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think of that because the camel, the water camels when you're hiking or doing outdoor stuffs. That's great. Let's see. I might run my might run the Allegheny or something. Give this camel a break in a little bit. What's up, Matt? How's it going? That's a great observation. Oh my goodness. No, it's the whole set for like 10,000. I'm sorry. It's like the engine, all the add-on cars, the actual set of cars. There's like another add-on, the exhibition cars, and then another set of extra cars, and then another set. It's like $10,000. Someone did the math on one of their videos, and it was a lot of money. A lot of money. But I mean, if someone's really into Freedom Trains, I mean, if that's what you collect, I get it. What's up, Andy? How's it going? Hello, everyone watching live from Oxford. Great trains running. Thank you so much. Very, very cool. I need to get over to the UK to check out their beautiful engines and locomotives. The birthplace of steam, of course. And also, one of my favorite, the UK is like my favorite influencers of my favorite United States railroad, the Pennsylvania Railroad, because of their boiler designs and their firebox designs were heavily influenced by the United Kingdom, which is awesome. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I got confused. Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, the whole set is a lot of money. A lot of money. Let's just say that. It's too much. There we go. Make a killing selling hydration bladders, marathon runners, but now they outlaw them in marathon. Or they make them grab the cup as they're running. They outlaw them. That's ridiculous. People only need to drink water, it's not that important. Hydration, what's that? Never heard of it. That is amazing. Mechanical marvels. All right, guys, I'm going to swap her out for. Oh, we'll run something different. There we go. This engine smokes like crazy. Said Lori's Mechanical Marvels. A GG1. My GG1 is. Where is it? Not here, of course. Why would it actually have to be back here? We'll run the Allegheny. The Atlas Norfolk Southern Office Car Special looks hot. Already pre-ordered it. Nice. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Norfolk Southern for many reasons. I have my many backstories with them. But I'm not gonna give you guys a hard time if you enjoy running them. Like, I joke with people, of course, but it's just not a railroad for me. Allegheny sounds awesome. If I can pick it up without my back, like, throwing out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She is heavy. Heavy hitter. And I forgot to turn the track power off. All right. Whew. All right. There we go. All right. 6, 6, 6, and 2. All on the track. All right. Where's the tender? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Do. This engine's probably going to get weathered very soon. I don't know when, but soon. Soon's a good measurement of time. Soon, but not soon enough. All right. Where is the caboose? Is this CNO? Nope. Is this CNO? Nope. Where be my CNO caboose? Nope. Interesting. I have lost my CNO caboose. Well, I do have this really cool Chessie caboose. That's a B&O. You do one more little search here. Oh, there it is. I found it. Because we got to run it with a CNO caboose. All right. Here we go. Get my remote. We're using TMCC right now. And this is number 16, I believe. Nope. this engine probably weighs, answering William's question there, probably weighs closer to the 15 pounds. Yeah. Healthy indeed. She is husky. All right. But it's such a cool engine. I had to have one. I know they just came out the legacy ones, but I'm not buying it. I will stick to what I have. Yeah, I got to have the matching caboose. I found the C&O caboose. We're good. Yeah, the engine's probably about 12 to 15 pounds, at least. Yeah, it's a Woodside caboose. Yeah, it's a Woodside cupola, offset cupola, or rear cupola caboose. So it's got an interior to it. I need to fix that up. We need an interior for that caboose. We'll have to do some painting and all that. What's up? How's it going? First articulating locomotive Lionel made. Really? I didn't know that. Engine needs some smoke fluid. This engine does smoke pretty well, but it needs to really warm up. Such a goofy engine. I love it. I love it. Metro North. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Metro North. We always hear stuff about them because they've had like a lot of safety stuff with like track workers, and we always hear like the end of it. What's up, Track Dog? How's it going? Hey, thank you so much. I get you guys to the station real quick here. What's up, Mr. Shades? How goes it? Hopefully you're feeling better. There we go. Get you guys. There we go. Got the bog and the tower and the station all in one shot. What's up, Jeff? How goes it? What's up, Whitmore's? Trains. Yeah, we went right to trains. It's been a little bit of a slower night. We got 50 people watching. Thank you all so much. Murray loves the lighting. These are just those the Philips Hue lights with the Wiz app. Yes, it's called the Wiz app. It's an official app from Phillips. Will do. I will. I go to bed at a decent hour. Trust me. I'm gonna need the sleep for tomorrow. Yeah. So DC High Railers, guys. First week of August. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a good show. That's a question. Different colors and names. I'm not exactly sure. It would depend on like what era Strasbourg cars they are, because I know there's a bunch of different eras. Didn't you do a video on installing the sound cards? Yeah, so that was a while ago. I did just a basic conventional upgrade, and those were like Rail Sounds 3, similar to what this engine has. This is like Rail Sounds. Actually, sorry, those are Rail Sounds 2. This engine has Rail Sounds 3. Let's try to do my homework soon. Uh-oh. Yeah, I will probably pick up some of those cars. I have to pre-order some of those. I might throw on the I do not have a Shay. And funny enough, so my buddy in the chat, Jeff, he brought his Shay over and it took out my bridge, which is like right here. So the clearance of the handrails in the front of the Shay would not clear my handrails. I'm going to run something else. I don't know what else to run. We got a lot of stuff here. Drop the Allegheny on the ground. Oh my gosh. Heavy, heavy, heavy. So guys, I don't know how this train stayed together, but check out this coupling job right here. I mean, that is impressive. Train didn't pull apart or anything, but yeah, we got like maybe a 1/16 of an inch holding on to our train. I don't know how it did that, but I need to lower this coupler then with a spring. Yeah, so looks like it's sprung up. So yeah, that's awesome. Do the Jeep. Jeeps. Where's a Jeep? Jeep. So my new engine is downstairs in a tote, but we'll be doing a video this week on the new Western Maryland stuff I picked up. at the Great Scale Show. Show you guys some of my weathering that I did. And also in that video, so we're not only going to review a GP9 that I picked up with Proto 2. We're going to talk about sound files and how to change files. We're going to do that. Also, some weathering techniques that I did on the engine to show you guys the way I weather things. It's a little bit different than some people, but yeah. So I bought a new Jeep, GP9, and I got it home. Everything ran correctly. But I just do not like that foghorn that MTH throws on like all their GP9s that, I don't know, that are like early. So I would like to change the sound file, and I'll show you guys how I do that. We'll do some screen record technology on my desktop computer or whatever, or my laptop. And we'll do that. The shorts look amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a quick paint. I didn't want to like go too crazy, but we'll talk about it in a video this week. And we're going to change, like I said, we're going to change the sound file entirely. I'm not just going to change the horn. I had someone ask me, like, if you've done a video, here, I'll point, you guys are looking at the ballast here. Let me turn around my scary face over here. Give me 1 second. There's a cord. There's a cord. There I am. So a couple things with that video. So I really would like to post on how to just change a sound file, like the whole file in your engine, rather than picking files and all that, because someone screws up their engine, I'm going to get screamed at. I haven't done any file editing. Like, you can pick and place files in those sound files, but I don't want people to like screw up their trains. So what we'll do, we'll just pick a file that we like. We'll use the editing software to listen to our files, the ACP DCM or whatever it is. I forgot the name of the file, but we'll talk about it in the entirety of the software on my computer. And then we're going to find a GP9 horn that will go with my new engines. Now, there's a couple things with the sound files. You get passenger sounds, you get freight sounds. So usually I choose the freight sounds for diesels. GP9s were used for freight and passenger, but honestly, I just keep them as freight. Not a big deal. So that's what we'll be doing with the GP9 I just picked up. We're going to change the file, talk about weathering, features and all that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, what's up? How are you doing tonight? Good evening, everybody. Eugene, what's up? How's it going? We also have 3D print signal head. There's a company that 3D prints them, but they're expensive. I was not really impressed with their wiring either. I hate to talk bad about companies, but the the instructions to wire them were a nightmare, and they exploded on me, and they were not cheap. They're like $40 for. I was looking for a wedge dwarf signal. So it's got like the triangular dwarf signal for my yard. I wanted to protect the yard with a dwarf. And the signals that they made were just super fragile. You had to paint them. And they already had the components in them to hook up to DC, I believe, but they exploded. It was just not a good design. So, yeah, that's the only company I know of that did that. What's up, Peter? How's it going? What's up, Bill? Saw that up top. What's up, John? How's it going? Up-Up's Trains. Hello, hello. So let me find engine to run. Let me get something running here. We got stuff to my left here. Shoot darn. Someone mentioned Jeep earlier, but I don't have anything that's like immediate, like available over here. What is that? That'd be kind of cool. Well, we already have CNO. We'll run the Mikado. We'll run the CNO Mikado. What the hey? We already have a CNO caboose on the train. I just need to gotta like handle this thing. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sweet. There we go. That'd be a train. All right. All million wheels are on the track. Okay, we're good. SD9. Maybe later. I don't know. This might be the last-ish train of the evening. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Timothy, have a good night. Thanks so much for stopping in. I don't want to stream too long, guys. I do have an exam tomorrow. And I need to be a good example. And also I need to make sure I do myself a solid and get some sleep. So E33, maybe. We'll see. I might just run this one out for the rest of the night. So I'm only going to go till about 8:30 tonight because I have a test tomorrow. A very important test. O has more than S. Well, Lionel kind of abandoned you guys in the S gauge world, which is not cool. Well, I hope to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What's up, Ralph and Roger? Hey, thanks, Peter. The next step. So after tomorrow, the next step would be a track foreman, which is it's gonna be pretty wild. It's not something I thought I'd ever do on the railroad, if anything on the railroad. So it's pretty darn cool. But yeah, that's the next step. Would be a track foreman on the railroad. Hey, thanks, Matt. Thank you so much. Yeah, we get to go outside, and it's a practical exam outside. So we get to measure stuff and do inspections, and we're going to be asked questions that I'm probably going to have to look up and search for and all that good stuff. What's up, James? How's it going? Ken's train fire? No. What's that? Please enlighten us. That sounds crazy. Hey, thanks, Roscoe. What comes after track foreman? I mean, that's like supervisor. You can go like lower level management or supervisor. Honestly, I want the experience as a track foreman because I've always wanted to learn how to build track, and I've been the person that always wants to do the right thing, and I hate cutting corners and all that. So, what's up, Rule 281C? What rule is that? Oh God, is that a NORAC rule? Or is that like a G-Core rule? Not trying to be smart. I'm just asking a question. I promise. Because I got to learn. I have to know a lot of rules on the railroad. He had a fire on the layout, except the wave, 20 minutes. Holy crap. Limited clear. Okay. See, for NORAC, so I have NORAC B. So we have all of our slow speed signals for track car moves. So like slow clear, slow approach, stop, restricted. What else? We have stop and proceed. Those are basically the signals we have to know. And also in a track car with maintenance away equipment, we are able to get permission through stop signals, Rule 241, and we also work with interlocking rule. So that's why I was asking. That's all. If you have NORAC A, yeah, you'd have to know all that stuff. It's good to know anyways. Like, I know a lot of my signals. I don't know a lot of the rules attached to them. I know a lot of the signals that do not pertain to what I do for my craft. Just it's good to know, like, that's clear signal. We have to know clear, of course. The importance of good bench work. It's important. It's important. Oh, God. Want to see 614? That'd be cool. Yardmaster. So the railroad I work for, yardmasters are related to transportation compared to like what I do for maintenance. Excuse me. And we actually don't have a lot of, like, from my understanding, we don't have yard masters everywhere. We, work with like a dispatcher, or like people have tracks and certain responsibilities and such, but we don't have like a yard master that, like Norfolk Southern drives around in their like manager SUVs that I've seen like while over there and such. We really don't have that. It's a little bit different. But I know larger yards, like I think New York and like New England, Albany, they have yard masters. Or like down south in Florida, like the auto train goes, I think they have a yard master. Or I think they usually call them like yard foreman or something. So, what's up, Stars? How's it going? Hello, hello. Hey, Matt, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. The N&W logo. I don't have an N&W logo. I have one N&W box car, I believe. It's like a Woodside. It's my hobo car, which I need to weather because that car looks really nice. 746. I don't have that car or anymore. I don't think I have that train anymore. Hey, thanks, Matt. We'll see ya. Lower front end damage. Oof. Could be from the snow. It could be from like a deer strike, or I don't know. What's up, James? How's it going? What is your question? Just keep it appropriate. That's all I request. The plow is gone. Oh my. Yeah, I mean, they could hit stuff. I mean, with the snow, there could be like rocks in the snow or ballast caked up. The MIC is the best railroad. Oh my gosh. Look, New York Central is cool. I'm not a New York Central like guru. I appreciate the New York Central. I'm more of a Pennsy fan because that's where I grew up around, and I work on Pennsy railroad tracks. But they were a great railroad, and honestly, I'll take a knee because if the New York Central and Penn Central could have worked it out, it could have been pretty successful. It all comes into like railroad culture and the way people do things and all of that. So New York Central was pretty awesome, but they couldn't agree on that stuff. A signal extender. I mean, I'm just using the WTIU. Everything works great. We ran, so James, we ran on the club layout this weekend with the WTIU, and we're running about, I don't know, maybe 250 feet of track. Everything was working great. I had zero issues with the club layout. And my club's layout, if Jeff is still here, our layout is like flawless running. There's only a couple hiccups. There's a couple switches that like to eat some engines. But what I usually do, I usually run the opposite way, diverting out of the points. But the club layout electronically is like flawless. Unless you forget to turn off switches and trains go flying off the layout. Other than that, yeah, the layout runs great. Excuse me. Need some cold water. But no, James, that's a great question. I do appreciate you guys asking questions. Just keep them appropriate and all of that. We got people from all ages watching, we have family watching and stuff. So just keep any questions appropriate. Keep language to PG. It's my only request. A stoker. Bring out the stoker. Vehicle, it could be. That stuff comes out like on safety memos that are very important to read because you could learn something, even if it's not. So, like one thing with the railroad, I've learned in my couple years, even if it's like, for example, some lines are way up north and some lines are way down south, but an incident could happen and you could look back at it and say, hey, that could be me, or I could learn from that. So that's my best advice. Where's RJ? Maybe you should go ask him. I'm tired of this crap. Go find him then. God. Lionel Texas Special. Very nice. But yeah, on the railroad, if you see like a bulletin order or safety, it may not pertain to your line, but you can always learn from it. And there's so much stuff that comes out all the time. Stuff that I have to read every day. It could be a rule change. It could be like a signal's out. There's also like speed restrictions. Anything you can learn on the railroad, make sure you learn it. That's the best way I can put it. If it's available for you to read, you should review it. It's actually a decent starter set, Texas Special. I mean, my first set of trains is probably, what do we got? We got, I'm trying to think back. Other than my dad's stuff I was running growing up, that was a lot of fun. Run feeds on each end of every module. That is true. And that layout is wired so simple compared to like other clubs I've been at and such or seen. Everything works great. No trickery involved, no signal boosters, no like Wi-Fi extenders, all that stuff. There was a gentleman who posted a lot of videos about the original TIU, and he would run a light bulb on each channel, and he had like the TIUs are wired in signal mode and all that. I don't think the WTIU likes that as much. So if you guys have seen those older TIU videos of the guy putting incandescent light bulbs across signal and all that for smoothing out signal, the new WTIU, you don't really need a lot of that stuff. It runs pretty well. There you go. There we go. Sorry, guys. Chat froze for a second. I had to reset my stream here. Does anyone know why the one president at NYC got rid of steam locomotives? Alfred Perlman. Perlman scrapped a lot of stuff. And I do apologize. I was like looking at the chat, and I could see the bar moving, but Let's see, we got dude, Jacob, leave me alone, please. This is your last warning. You're an adult. Act like one. Leave me alone. You know what that means? Leave me alone, please. If you want to go find RJ, go find him on your own. Perlman, he actually scrapped a lot of stuff. And he was trying to make money and revenue for the railroad. And basically, he found out that he could scrap a lot of stuff and make a lot of money for the railroad, which unfortunately was not, for historians and such, is not, not preferred. Drop the hammer. Oh, God. Yeah, Perlman, honestly, I wish there was some more interviews with Perlman. There's not a lot of material that I could find. I was trying to look for him on like YouTube and stuff. I think it's like there is a channel out there. He's done a lot of videos on like making fun of him, like for goofy reasons. He's like making fun of Perlman because he scrapped a lot of steam engines. And it's like, I get why he had to do it. Plus, you got to store steam engines everywhere. And he wanted to basically make money for the Penn Central and New York Central at the time. So it is what it is. Some other comments up here. Yeah, I would not get Fast Track. Someone wrote, excuse me, History in the Dark. It might be him. That might be the guy. He's like kind of nerdy, but he's actually pretty informative. Puts a lot of like goofy stuff in his videos. It's a lot of fun. So, but yeah, it might be his channel. Yeah. From what I heard, New York Central was one of the first to dieselize. Pennsylvania wasn't far after. I think one of the last railroads to dieselize was between like C&O and Norfolk Western. This is like a smaller, like short line railroad. James, layout's 8 by 12. 8 by 12 layout. But yeah, honestly, guys are talking about track up top. I'm just going through some comments here. Got work at 9:30. Oh man, that's like sleeping in for me. But that's awesome. You're working, man. Congrats. That's awesome. I remember my first job. Oh my God. Yeah, PRR had PRR problems. But it's like work culture, like every railroad's got its own MO. It's got its own work culture, just like any job or any business anywhere. It has its own cliques and culture. And the Pennsylvania just did not like the New York Central ways. Monon was the first to go way diesel. Oh, that's cool. The abundance of coal. So I heard it was between like C&O and Norfolk Western because of the cold. I've heard the same thing with C&O and N&W because there's coal everywhere. You know, Kentucky, like C&O, like through Kentucky, West Virginia, tons of coal. Let's see. Yeah, someone up top mentioned fast track or tubular. I don't like fast track. I've never owned a lot of fast track before. I think, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like we've talked about a lot during other streams because it's a popular question. It's nothing bad. I'm just reiterating past topics, but a lot of things. I've seen more problems with fast track than the tubular, but they have their benefits to both. Like tubular, you got to go find track pins. The switches are pretty nasty. Like they're not good switches at all, unless you get like some of the older switches, but they're not very reliable. Like when I had a tubular track layout in the attic here, I had switch problems all the time. That was a pre-war, post-war, modern stuff. But if there's no switches in the tubular, it's great stuff. Like if you're running like pre-war and post-war, it's awesome because your rollers and slide, like pickup rollers and shoes are gonna mark up the track if you have fast track. It's gonna score it like a welder's torch. So I'd highly recommend if you're running old stuff, get tubular track. If you're running modern stuff, pay the little bit extra money and get yourself some like Gargraves Flex Track or Ross. Atlas is good too, but Atlas, for some reason, Atlas has been more expensive than some of the Ross stuff I've seen out there. Fast Track's rough on the old people. Oh no. Fast Track is it's very loud too. It's got that cavity, so it's like super duper loud. Atlas is solid rail. I do like. I like what Atlas has done with their track, but their price of track is very expensive compared to like used Gargraves. If you can find like some old plastic tie Gargraves track or like used Ross track. But yeah, tubular's great. Like I would, like I said a million times, I'd love to put in a classic train layout with just some tubular track. O22, 072 switches work quite well. Yeah, it really depends on the application. Like I said, they didn't work. I had a set of O22 match set in the box. Those were okay. But for my layout up here, I just had issues with them. Gargraves made in the United States. Ross, I believe, is also made here. The Flex Track, if you get some old Flex Track on like trains or eBay or something, I've had my issues with trains for actual trains. I've had like a lot of problems with engines and such, but track wise, you should be pretty solid. Layout tour, not today. You put weights in your train. So that's a good question. The only train that I had to add extra weight to was actually the mountain engine that was like sitting next to my mainline track. And that's because when I tore it apart, there's a giant lead weight inside of it because it's brass. And putting that giant weight back in did not leave enough wire room or smoke unit room. So I had to take that weight out. So I added a bunch of car weights on the inside, all up in the shell. But no, I haven't really added weight to anything really, other than that engine. That's a good question, though. I mean, a lot of engines are heavy enough. Some of the Lion Chief stuff's pretty light, so I might have to add some weights to that. What's up, Will's O Scale? Hello, hello. Late friend Super O. Oh, man. Super O was such a cool idea. Do not get me started on trains. Oh, man. I'm not affiliated with them. I've had my issues with engines and such. I'll speak my mind. Like, I'm not afraid to speak my mind about things I've purchased on the internet that have blown up or had issues. Traction tires help. Yeah. O, Super O, Standard O. Super O is the older plastic tie Lionel track that had the really thin center roller rail. I know Menards, you can special order tubular pins. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Menards, for what they're doing, seems pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of their sounds that they're putting in these diesels, but I think it's pretty cool. Lionel's high-end temperamental Super O. Honestly, any switch on any layout is a weak point. Even in real life, switches can be temperamental. They have, like, in real life, we have speeds required for certain switches that. What's up, fan of trains? How's it going? But yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stuff with switches on the real scale. The real world scale train switches are a weak point, but they're inspected quite often. Especially mainline track switches are inspected very frequently. There's actually an inspection schedule, at least for my railroad. We inspect them. There's a whole chart you have to follow. So, yep. No switches on the outer. See, that's why your tubular is working so great. No switches. But I love tubular. Like I said, tubular is great. It's a solid running track. Super O at York, just to mess around with. I mean, honestly, we talked about track last week. You guys remember me talking about T-rail track, not T-scale, T-rail track. And that was like Lionel's track you had to actually put together with joint bars and all of that. James, the larger the curves, the better. And I'm never, ever building a layout with anything smaller than 72-inch curves. 072 is, 6 feet? Whatever. Let me see. I have to do the math because there's an extra little bit they add on. Yeah, 6 foot. And that's from the inner rail to the outer rail of the curve. So I think Ross adds, they do like the outer to outer rail. So their 72 is 72-inch radius curve, but it's like an inch or two longer than actual 72 or something like that. So it's like 6 feet. I think it's like 6 foot 1 inches or something, 6'2". But 72 is definitely my favorite so far. Wonder the amount of pressure at the points of a switch. So, William, that's a great question. I actually, I've actually had to do those types of not mathematical situations on paper, but basically making sure the switch is properly fastened and also the rails are fastened correctly to the ties, so we don't have a like spread of our switch hardware and stuff, or the rollover of a rail. I actually had to study all of that in my recent class. So to be honest with you, the amount of pressure of a switch, we have rail braces that are on the outside of the stock rails of a switch that help with that pressure, because in a curve, the switch point rail is actually made to ride above, so it picks the wheel up off of the stock rail. So it sort of helps ride the wheel into the curve of a switch. And that's one thing that also helps get the pressure off of the stock rail so it doesn't blow out or roll. But there's lots and lots and lots of other, calculations and such. But as a track inspector, I'll have to look for that stuff to make sure that we're not missing hardware to keep our switches safe. Super squeeze. Oh, man. No switches on mains. Yeah. Ross has been great. I've had very, very little issues with these switches. I mean, very few issues. Do you insulate your switches? No. I mean, these are all, they're wired through and through. I've had issues with Gargrave's switches. I will say that. But Gargrave's track is pretty solid. I've had issues with a couple of their switches. I know there's a couple of Gargrave switches on the club layout, and I have to run my trains the opposite way because they'll pick the switch. They'll actually pick the they'll pick these switch point rails. Beware the railroad diamond. Oh God. We have diamonds at the railroad, but not any in my territory, thankfully. Like guys up in New York have them. Down south, like DC has, I believe, a couple diamonds. Yeah, rework the switches. Yeah, I just have to run the opposite way. It's not anything bad. I mean, switches wear out, components wear out. The gauge could be bad. It could be just the way the hardware is worn down. I mean, the switches on my layout are relatively new. Give it 10, 15 years. It might be the same thing for my switches up here, or wherever these switches may go on a future layout. So it's really hard to say. But things wear out. It's all good. Things happen. Yeah, so the Decapod, she picked the switch as well on that second track. It was the first switch. If you're going clockwise on the layout, it's the first switch in that set of switches. But it could just be something with the switch points or the gauge of the points. I just have to run the opposite way, that's all. Oh my god, my dispatcher might clear through the diamond. Oh my gosh. So Chooch's Trains, I mean, oh man. So actually talking to like doing dispatcher dialogue and all of that at work and hearing it and going through class and learning how to talk on the radio to dispatchers and other personnel on the railroad that you're sharing tracks with or getting into a work group with. Lionel's dispatcher sounds is like a joke. It's so far away from like the reality of what it is, and it makes me cringe. Like I just want to like bite my lip. It's like I don't want to hear that fake railroad talk, man. It's like, oh my gosh. We'll do a layout tour video soon. We'll do like an actual layout tour. I have some stuff I need to clean up and work on. It's for the kids. It's hilarious. They should I was actually making a joke with one of my buddies today, and there was a comment made over the radio, and I was gonna you can't like reply to anything, like everything's recorded on the railroad. But I heard something over the radio. I'm like, I wanted to say something back, and I was like, don't forget to say over after it. Dispatch might clear to leave the yard. all those are like so far from how it works. I should actually do my own crew talk. If I could upload some custom sound files. Oh my god, Roger. So my buddy named Roger, who was in here earlier, the dispatcher will mess with him and say Roger. But it's just the way it is. But they know each other, and it's technically not, improper radio use or whatever, so it works. But there's some things like you can't say or do over the radio. Because like I said, everything's recorded and logged for eternity. There's like probably like a server farm on the moon full of like FRA logs. Lionel crew talk for, it's funny, like, and I've said this before many times, like I've got an F40PH and my conductor is a female voice, but inside the cab it's two guys. I'm like, can't Lionel mold a female engineer? Like, it doesn't bother. We have female engineers at work, and that's awesome. And a lot of them are really cool. And we have some really nice conductors that I've learned a lot of stuff from on the railroad. We got people from all over the place in all different walks of life, and men and women. And it's like, you think Lionel could mold a female engineer for the cab of my F40PH? Instead, I think it's a guy with a beard wearing overalls. It's like that little detail, like you added the female crew talk, which is awesome. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But they can't add a little plastic figurine. At least give the guy a wig or something. I remember when I first bought my F40PH, I'm like, that's a chick's voice. That's actually really cool. And then I look inside the cab. It's two big hairy men. So, I mean that out of respect. It's like, if you guys are going to put the detail, make sure you go all the way with the details. Then cut their profits. I guess it would. So they could, you know what? What I'll have to do is actually cut the big, scary, hairy guy out of the cab, and I'll buy a female figurine. I'll paint overalls. Or if I can get like maybe like an Artista figurine, and I'll paint like overalls on them. That'd be nice. Oh, yeah. Behind the time, yeah. Well, like I said, it's really cool because, like I said, we do have a lot of railroads that I know. They have female conductors and engineers. Actually, I met I was working on the tracks near Lancaster, and Norfolk Southern was waiting at one of their. It's called what do you call it? I'm trying to think where I was. It was on the Lidditz Secondary. If anyone's familiar with like Lancaster, the town there's Lidditz Interlock, or no, Lidditz Secondary. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. And the train was waiting there to enter back onto the main, and we were walking track. We were doing QC work, and their conductor, super nice. She yelled down, it's like, do you guys need water or anything? Because we were dying. It was so hot outside. It was probably like 100 plus degrees out there. And she threw water at us, like water bottles and stuff. So it's like, I've met some great people. And actually, I had that happen again down in Baltimore. I was walking track, and Norfolk Southern was stopped coming out of the yard right there. I think they were going really slow, probably like 10, maybe 5 miles an hour. And the engineer yelled, he's like, you guys need some water? And they had little water bottles they gave them to us. So it's like there's good people out in the railroad. And like I said, people from all different backgrounds and such. It's really cool. I've met so many great people. But yeah, something as simple as that detail just kind of makes me laugh. You know, it's like, good job, guys. I don't even think that the F40PH was their tooling. I think that was that might have been a K-line tooling. If someone in here knows where Lionel got that F40PH tooling from, Ken and Barbie. Oh God. Why have 100 different crew announcements when you can have one standard? Yeah, standard sound file. I will say MTH has like the same couple of guys talking back and forth, like the steam engine sounds. It's like they say like blow down the engine or whatever, and then there's a couple other sounds in there. Like, but there are some different voices that say different things. What's up, Brian Rock? How's it going? Doing all right on a Tuesday. We're going to go for a few more minutes here, guys, and then I unfortunately have to go to bed to get ready for tomorrow. We got a big day on the railroad. Got some testing. So, yeah, man. B-Rock. Let me give her some more volume here. There we go. What's up, Log Cabin? How you guys been? How you been? Dude, your channel is going crazy on like socials. If anyone's interested in learning about firewood and being self-sufficient off the grid on firewood, check out my buddy's channel right here, Log Cabin Firewood. It's my fellow railroad brethren, and his channel is going crazy on the socials for firewood, and also learning how to, like I said, learn and be off the grid. You know, if you want to lower your utility bills and all that, go check out my buddy Log Cabin Firewood. But he's got, you're on Facebook too, and your videos are going like crazy viral on there. The YouTube channel, now that I'm home, my channel's been doing great. And I want to thank everyone in here, of course, for making it a great channel. But I'm only on YouTube. I've thought about branching out to some other platforms just to see how things go. Probably not Facebook, but maybe like TikTok. We'll probably start a TikTok soon. But I've been trying to get my YouTube channel back. Excuse me. I've been back home from the railroad. I was up in like Delaware all summer, and you know. Hey, thanks, William. Steam engines have crew talk. I mean, there are dispatcher sounds. I mean, there's like all kinds of stuff. Out there having fun, doing great too. Hey, man, thank you so much. Hopefully, you guys are. Where you guys been working at? You guys still in PA working? Oh God, the central HVAC. Oh geez. If you had two MTH engines near one another that start talking to one another. Well, it's kind of funny. So Roscoe, the prompts for the different talking prompts and all that, it's on a timer, and they line up about the same depending on when the engine starts. Post on them all. Send it. Yeah, I'll probably start a TikTok soon. We'll see. It can't hurt. I definitely have to add some more smoke fluid. Lancaster and Philly. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to work in Lancaster. We'll see. I don't know if they have a foreman spot there. So I might end up having to go somewhere else to get PCs. We shall see. Whoops. But yeah, it's been a crazy winter. So log cabin, I was abolished twice during foreman school. So it's pretty wild. I wasn't happy about that either. I'm trying to get through foreman school, and I got people abolishing me. Was not cool at all. What railroad would have PNR? That's Philadelphia and Reading. The old Reading Railroad. So James, that's what I believe that's what my buddy from Log Cabin is running. Oh, on the PNR car in the left-hand corner, it says the Reading. Caught up to the current, it's worth it. Yeah, I'll have to do that then. Two giant branches fall around Christmas time, covered with snow. Oh, this snow, dude! This snowstorm made me hate snow. Like, I used to love snow as a kid. Well, of course, we don't have responsibilities. You don't have to go to work. You know, school's closed. We stay at home and eat popcorn and drink, soda and eat junk food, while our parents all struggle to get to work. But now that I'm becoming older and have to get to work no matter what, snow sucks. Gasification outdoor boiler. Okay. That's the classic Edge. The very Facebook famous classic Edge. Those are always cool videos to watch. Endless hot water. Yeah, gas sucks, but honestly, with the property I'm at now, I don't have room for anything like that at the moment. Maybe something in the future. Yeah, it seems like I've seen a lot of those driving around, especially Pennsylvania. People have a little bit more land and room to store fuel, like biofuels and all that. Yeah, the ice sucks so bad. I actually had to clear out my front of the house yesterday so I could get the mail and such. And my town did not plow that well. So my neighbor, they had someone come over with a snowblower, and then my other neighbor only dug a small channel to get to their steps. So it kind of left me with uncovering the front, which I wasn't really happy with. Storm 96. I remember that storm. I remember getting in a snowsuit, and my parents were like, "You may not be able to walk in the snow. If you get trapped, let us know," type of thing. And that was scary. I do remember that storm. I remember jumping in a pile of snow and the snow going up over my head. Switch heaters are working overtime. Yeah, so the switch heaters were on today. I was up in the Harrisburg terminal. All our mainline switches were definitely cooking. Got that nice switch heater, like baking oil and grease smell. And that nice, like, hot heat coming off of there. 3-inch ice walls. Oof. Single lanes. Wow. Worked for telephone company, put chairs in trucks. Oof. Chains on the trucks, not chairs. I can't read. Yeah. Warm your feet. Well, you don't want to walk on a switch heater. They're very hot. They're also kind of delicate little angels, because you really don't want to disconnect any wires in it. Then it's your fault the switch heater doesn't work. You also don't want to like melt your boots, because they get super duper hot. But yeah, we use the electric switch heaters. Some railroads use those actual gas heaters. You see like the flames shooting out the rail. I don't think we have a lot of those down south. I think everything's been replaced. But like out west, like Norfolk Southern's line that goes up to like Wilkes-Barre and all that, or through Allentown, those still have gas heaters. They always started them when the weather was bad. So our guys, our switch heater operators, or maintainers, not operators, maintainers. They were out there in the fall, because I was out working in Wilmington, and you can hear them on the radio. They would take. So what they do, guys, if you're interested in railroad mechanics on how the railroad works, and Chooch's Trains might know this. You've probably heard it on. Well, you definitely heard it on the radio. I know my buddy Log Cabins heard it. They do something called local control. So what they'll do is they'll fire up the switch heaters, and they'll basically test, make sure everything's working. They'll take local control of each interlocking, testing the switches via a control operator or a switch maintainer, CNS maintainer. So the maintainer will have control over switching locally, and then when the dispatcher needs that switch to be reversed or normalized into a traffic pattern, they'll call the maintainer. Maintainer will be given an order saying, I need, let's just say, 1-to-1 track or 2-to-2, and they'll give you the switch number or whatever, and they operate the switches locally. So that's when they're testing switch heaters. So I heard our guys out there, I think like it's before I went to Foreman school. So it was way before actually. It was like probably October, maybe almost November. They were testing switch heaters. So I know our stuff was straight. But yeah, being a maintainer is a big hairy deal on the railroad. The blower type's not good for real cold weather, especially when. Yeah, so like I saw a bunch of like propane tanks up near like Macungie, that Norfolk Southern line up there. They had these giant propane tanks under barbed wire fences and cameras, and they had the big switch heaters hooked up to those. But I remember putting in ties somewhere on the Keystone, and we actually hit an old gas line. It was no longer hooked up. We used all electric switch heaters. Well, you could smell natural gas, and it was gas stuck inside the line that we hit with a pick by mistake, but it was no longer active. So there's all kinds of surprises underneath the ballast on the railroad. All kinds of hardware and wires and gas lines, Reefer for freight. You mean like refrigerator cars? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woohoo. Yeah, they had reefer cars. They also had those elongated REA Express reefers that were like streamlined in appearance. I think those are built. I think they might have been special built up at the Altoona Works. Let's see. There we go. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it. I have to run to bed. Get ready for a busy day tomorrow. This engine is super hot right now. It's not too bad. Just the smoke unit's warm. Whatever. But anyways, guys, I want to thank everyone for stopping in, and we'll have some videos posted for this week. Thank you all so much for stopping in. It's been a very crazy last 2 months, but thank you all. Thank you all so much. This week, like I said, I'm going to do a video on that GP9 that I picked up from the show. We'll talk about the situation of that, how I picked that up, and painting. We'll also change the sound file. We'll also do some test running and all that. So anyways, I got to run to bed, guys. Hopefully everyone has a great rest of your week. Stay strong. We're almost to the weekend, which would be awesome. Can't wait for this weekend. But anyways, guys, stay safe out there. If you're a rail fan, stay off the tracks. Please stay away from the tracks. It's very dangerous. It's not worth it. But anyways, we'll see you next time, guys. Happy railroading. We'll see ya.